Hey everyone, we're continuing our walkthrough now of SpongeBob Squarepants Battle for Bikini Bottom 15-minute version. This is part 51 of our SpongeBob Squarepants Battle for Bikini Bottom 15-minute version walkthrough. In the last part, we continued on with the kelp forest, and we got a sock, and we found the last of the campers in the kelp forest. So, and do you see how many campers we have now? A, you could tell that's half of them, and B, the amount we have right now is the number we can find in the kelp forest alone. Like the part of the kelp forest alone. And it's kind of funny, because do you see how many campers we need to find and also how many socks we need to find? If you do the numbers right next to each other, you could tell that it gives us our sock amount. Do you visualize that? Or can you visualize that? So you could tell right now we're as Patrick at the checkpoint at the throw fruit you need to use before you can find the camper by the girl camper in the kelp forest. So we'll continue now. And you could tell this is the throw fruit I'm talking about. And we have to use it again because we can get the 50 for this place as well. But it's over on the other side of the, over on the other side like the camper is when we collect it. Because see, it's right here. See, I just collected it. See, now right here is a checkpoint. See, I did a belly flop on the beat too. So now we're going to come down here because the freezy fruit we need to use to get this sock is right around here. Just after we destroy these buzzbots. So now you can tell we just need about 21, we need exactly 2,096 shiny objects more in order for us to make our method work. Ah, dang it, the freezy fruit stayed on the rock. So now we have to wait for it to come back to us. See, now we can get the sock that's right here. And you can tell when we collected this sock, we're now 17 25ths. Or no, we're 17 20ths done with the game. And, now challenge-wise in the next video, the character will be Mr. Krabs, and he says he needs Patrick he has a task for Patrick that he thinks Patrick can help him with. So we're going to stay as Patrick when going to the kelp swamp, since the kelp swamp is the next part. But before that, we're going to first collect the spatula using Patrick's belly flop, number 1. And number 2, we're going to change into SpongeBob just for a minute, but we're gonna come to the kelp forest like a couple times, or like at least we have to we'll be as Patrick twice in the kelp forest, but we'll be as SpongeBob only in the kelp forest once, I think. Now see, from doing both of those, you can get the biggest combo in the game. I just realized that. See, now we're changing into SpongeBob, but we're gonna go to the kelp swamp. You saw where that gate was. But between there and here, we're gonna come back with SpongeBob and Patrick. So you can tell we're going to the kelp swamp as SpongeBob right now. See, because the next place is the kelp swamp. The next part in the place, I mean. And there's a good reason why we need to use SpongeBob here. So after we just, well, you could tell there are the right colors in the sky. And, well, you could tell after we use this, after we destroy these buzz spots, you'll find out why. So, if you guys can't see me in the image, if you guys can't see me in the image, do you see this button over here where my finger is? We have to use the cruise bubble and push that button with SpongeBob, because with one of the things that Patrick will talk with Mr. Krabs about, when we touch this button, a bouncy leaf will come up to help Patrick bring one of these things around easily. And you'll find out what the thing is in particular in just a little bit. I say probably at the most by 11.5 minutes on the camera. But at the least 10. So now we'll use the cruise bubble with SpongeBob to push this button. And now you can tell the bouncy leaf is coming up. See, so it's a shorter way to do that. And now, did you hear what SpongeBob said when he launched his cruise bubble? What did he say? Post that as a comment on this video. And if it's something I don't know, I'll probably ask as a reply, what does it mean? Also tell me that as in the same comment, so I know. Now you can tell when we bowl this Duplicatron, we'll be above 2,100 shiny object, or 21,000 shiny objects. So now you can tell we're back as SpongeBob, about to get Patrick back in the kelp forest. See, we're about to get Patrick back as soon as I destroyed this here. Now it's decreased down to 1,100, about. Well, more likely 1,075. So you could tell if we destroyed either 21 Duplicatrons and a hammer, or 43 hammers right now, we could get the exact amount that we need to pay for the gate. Because in this case, it'll be a gate we have to pay for when we use this clam. So now you can tell we're back in the kelp swamp as Patrick. So now we'll destroy these buzzbots, and now you'll find out right now what the things are and the challenge. So Patrick will talk with Mr. Krabs now.
Hi, Mr. Krabs. What are you doing here?
So that can prove to you that that Patrick is needed for this challenge that's opening when Patrick talks with Mr. Krabs. So it's a good idea to get Patrick when you're in the kelp's forest, so that when you do this challenge, you'll already be the character that you need to use for this challenge. Does that make sense? If so, you should do that when it comes to this thing.
Ahoy, Patrick!
like, you know, using the other character that you could play as.
Cave across that bridge. There could be customers in there. I saw 3 tikis scattered around this area, but me old brain couldn't figure out how to get them back up here.
Can I try?
Sure, why not? I need a good laugh. There's a golden spatula up there for you if you succeed.
So see?
Oh boy, Mr. Krabs. I'll see what I can do.
So see, it can, prove to you that you should be Patrick when you come to the kelp swamp, because you could tell that if you're SpongeBob, Mr. Krabs will say, SpongeBob, help me find Patrick. I have a task that I think he can help me with. That could prove to you that you should be Patrick when you come to the kelp swamp, because then you'll open the challenge more easily, like we did when we became Patrick, when we opened this challenge that Mr. Krabs gave us to do. So now, we're gonna do the kelp swamp, I think it's the kelp swamp, I'm pretty sure. Now we're gonna come over here first. You could tell I died, but...
Hey, what just happened?
And you could tell I opened the teleport box just a little earlier, right? So because of this bouncy leaf, from the button we got when we pushed it with SpongeBob, you could tell the other teleport box is just right here. And then, when you come, actually, right?
How many of these do I have to carry?
Heh.
Get a dog, little Augie. Get a dog.
You could actually tell. See, I'm trying to destroy this ARF, but I tried to use the Thunder Tiki instead. Now see, before we destroyed that ARF, you could tell you could read the same number back and forth for shiny objects, right? Okay, so now I'm going to touch this Thunder Tiki, and now you could tell we found a camper, and that's 2/3 of the campers already. And do you remember, Sockwise, I told you in the last video that we're 17/20ths done, right? And it's kind of funny, because do you see the number of spatulas we have and the number of socks we have? Difference-wise between them, right there in the middle of the number in the middle of the shiny objects, you could, because do you see a 17 in our amount? That could prove to you that that's the difference between them. So you could see the difference between the spatulas and the socks in our shiny object amount. Isn't that pretty funny? So now you could tell when we got this camper, we also got a checkpoint. So now we're gonna actually come down here, because when we do, we open a spatula named Down in the Swamp. And now here is our checkpoint. So we'll do this spatula. So first, we have to push this button. And when you push this button in particular, the box with the spatula opens, and you have 25 seconds to get it. And now we have to pick up the freezy fruit and launch it. Now see, it's a good idea to do it when the timer has exactly the amount of time to use on the freezy fruit, because you could tell the timers are switching off in a pattern. Do you see that? Now see, the time I usually get for this spatula is 20 seconds. So we'll stop here.